Want to help the channel? Go to teespring.com/shopq2cast, where you can get the new Patriot merch and the classic Madman and American Asylum shirts and mugs. Use the promo code MADMAN at checkout for an additional 10% off your purchase. That's teespring.com/shopq2cast.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Hey there, welcome back. Zaid here. Welcome to another edition of the show. Let me tell you, a lot going on. Woo. If you're watching this on the date that this is put out on, thank you for tuning in on that. If it's late, sorry for that. We had some issues. There was a tropical storm that came by us. We lost power. Lost for most of the day. Good thing we had the Wednesday shows already up and loaded. Hopefully we'll get these up, edited, done on time. If you happen to be in the territory that we're in, Northeast Territory, if you don't have power, hope you get your power back. We got ours. People around us are still without power. If you're watching us on a laptop, or tablet, or cell phone, thank you for tuning in on there without power, and I hope you get your power back. Stay cool as possible. Well, I don't know how we could put this. Cancel culture. Oh, when will it go away? I just can't believe this sometimes. I can believe it. And basically what you have is, situations that, people just, this small little group, and I keep telling you, this is why Twitter needs to go away. It really, truly is. TikTok might be gone soon, the way things are going. We had that on another episode. Twitter should be the first one to go. If Jack Dorsey's hearing this, Jack, you need to either clean up your crap or just get out of this business, or give it to someone that will truly run the business right, because it is horrible. And they're just using it to harm people's lives. And they do this day in, day out. Now let's take it, because you clicked on it, you wanted to know about this. There is a museum in Portland, Oregon. It's called the Northwest Film Center and Portland Art Museum. They just started a cinema unbound drive-in at the Zidell Yards, which is nice. You want to get the families out. You can't go to the movie theater. All these people just can't go. They need a place to go. Take the kids, all the family together, have some fun. And this is a perfect way of doing it. And they got a good set of movies. Some of them are sold out. Some of them are not yet. And most of it's a good selection. And basically, there is one title that was supposed to be, actually, the date of this airing should have been playing at that time. And because of a small group of people, the center has decided not to play this movie. And you can guess, it is Arnold Schwarzenegger's Kindergarten Cop. Why the hell do you have any problems with Kindergarten Cop? And I'll tell you, this is a Portland author who's been on the who's wrote for the New York Times and the Atlantic. She has a couple of novels. One of them is basically being the rights were sold to a film company. They're going to make it into a movie, which the way it sounds a bit woke, and probably in her thoughts, it probably is, because people like that take history and just twist it to their political view and not put out the real, true history of it. They always say history is written by the victors, and basically this is people like that who think that they can change history. Also, she's criticized Shakespeare. She's ripped apart Romeo and Juliet. She was like saying, "Oh, Romeo was a really bad guy. He killed," making the guy a bad guy. So she's a feminist. But let me tell you, if you don't really understand Shakespeare, but let me put it in this perspective. Shakespeare's plays are tragedies. Do you understand that? It is, most of them are not happy endings. Understand that. Romeo and Juliet was a tragedy. It was not supposed to have a happy ending. And she tore that apart too. And what she says about this, and she's been tweeting this out and tweeting this out, she says, the national reckoning on over-policing is a weird time to revive Kindergarten Cop. We are trying to end school to prison pipeline. There's nothing to entertainment about the premise of police in schools, which feeds the school to prison pipeline.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Where did she get this? Really? It's a comedy. It's a comedy about a cop, a loner cop, who's always angry, goes to teach a bunch of kids looking for a killer. In fact, I think he attacks a pedophile in the movie. I think, if I recall, he beats up a guy that just like hurting kids.
You must be the Mr. Kimball we hear so much about.
And spoilers here if you haven't seen the movie. The ending is he quits the police force to become a teacher. Do you not understand this? It has nothing to do with over-policing and policing the schools. It has to deal with a man who changes his life, who basically falls in love, changes his demeanor, okay, in a comedic way. I mean, there's some funny stuff in this movie. Why would you think these things? There are problems in this world. Movies take these problems away for us for just a little bit, to have a little bit of fun, to dream, to hopefully strengthen ourselves so we can go out and, be somebody. There's some great stories out here. This happens to be one of them. But yet, these are people that just basically says, we got to cancel it out. Listen, Miss Levine, if you don't like the movie, you have a problem with the movie, that's fine. That's okay. That is your opinion. You can have that opinion. But if other people don't have that opinion and you want to cancel out the movie because you feel that it's wrong, you can't do that. That is against the values we hold as Americans. The only type of people that do this are communists, and the other word I cannot say because unfortunately YouTube, let's call them Razzies. Razzies. Okay? This is what they do. They book burn. They basically change history. They take away things that basically, inspire people or make people laugh. This is what you're doing. This is exactly what you're doing. This is a woman who teaches English. She has like a PhD in English, I guess, from what on there. But let me tell you, don't go after her. And I'll tell you why. There are two reasons why. Why? You should never go after her because she ain't worth it, number one. And number two, she's got her Twitter locked out. Which, like every other person who does this, if you go to the Vic Mignogna case, back to that, Ron Toye and all these other guys, they've had their Twitter sites locked out so people couldn't comment on them. I mean, some of them have reopened it back, but a lot of these people in the Twitterverse that like to cancel culture, go against all these people, they like to say, hey, you can't get me because I've closed out my Twitter page.
How dare you?
But I could still complain about you. But, it is ridiculous. I mean, there are some really good movies. I mean, they replaced it with, understand he passed away. John Lewis, Good Trouble. I mean, there's a couple of movies in here that are political. And that's not what people wanted. I know you're a museum, you should show this. But if you're trying to, have everybody someone enjoy, I mean, there's some other films out here, and those are the ones that are sold out. Fast Times at Richmond High, Do the Right Thing, which Do the Right Thing is a little political, but it is a very good movie. I think Spike Lee doesn't make movies like this anymore. He doesn't have these aspirations like he used to have. He's just become totally way out there. You have Creature from the Black Lagoon, great movie. Labyrinth, which is also sold out. E.T. You also have The Birds, Xanadu, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, The Great Outdoors, The Shining, which probably people will have problem with The Shining and Xanadu. You know, they have The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. You know, and there's a lot of other things on there. But, you know, you have a situation here of a good comedic movie, very funny movie. There's a little hard violence in the beginning, but that's just showing that he's a rough and tough kind of cop.
Oh, excuse me. I forgot to introduce myself.
And then, you know, you see a different aspect to him where he's trying to adjust to these kids where he can't. At first, you know, he's like trying to be that cop, but then he has to change his demeanor just to hang with the kids. And it is a funny movie. I mean, it's not a tumor. You know, I love that. He goes, oh, I got the headache. And he goes, maybe it's a tumor. No, it's not a tumor.
Not a tumor.
You know, and there's so many other funny things in this movie. I mean, it's a great movie. It's a great cast. And, you know, this particular person wants to cancel it out.
How dare you?
So, comment below. Tell me how you feel about this. I mean, she's comparing Kindergarten Cop to Birth of a Nation and Gone with the Wind, that they're all problematic. They shouldn't be shown. Okay, I understand Birth of the Nation, a situation, and I said, this is somewhere where you want to, you know, it's a family event. And I know there are some issues with Birth of the Nation, which is silent, but it is a classic, and it should be shown, but it should be shown in the right on that. And Gone with the Wind is a good movie also. That one, hey, there shouldn't be any problem showing that. There should be no show about it, because that brings up questions of what went on in that period and all that. You just want to erase that, so basically, yeah, there was slavery, but nah, we don't want to talk about it. But see, when you start to erase history, history repeats itself. It's always been known. History always repeats itself. That's why communism and socialism never works. Because they erase their history, and basically, it never works out for them. There's always fall. There's always a falling. The Soviet communists knew that. You know, Venezuela, they're starting to know that. You know, there are many other places that have had communism and socialism, and it hasn't worked out for them pretty well. So once again, comment below. Tell me how you feel about this. Are you upset about this? Are you okay with this? Are you okay that a English professor wants to just cancel out everything she, you know, doesn't like? You know, that's it. Like I said, that's against everything we've been brought up on. You know, they just want to cancel everything they just disagree with. They look for it. They sit there and look for it. There's a Twilight Zone. There's a Twilight Zone episode where the guy's like nitpicking on people's lives, and he calls up people and says, "Listen, you know, this person is such and such, such and such. I think you fire him," and stuff like that. This is the same thing. It is the same exact thing. I mean, you know, maybe Rod Sterling knew it ahead of time. I mean, he predicted that, probably, you know, you could say. So, once again, please, like this show. Hit that like. Please. Helps us on there. Also, there's a lot of you who haven't subscribed yet. You've been watching our programming. You've enjoyed it. You've given likes, but you haven't subscribed yet. Hit that subscribe. You know, very important on there. Also, we have some more information on our social media accounts at the end, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.
To be or not to be? Not to be.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and please share this video. We are on multiple social media sites listed below, and don't forget, hit that notification bell to let you know when new episodes premiere here on Cuticast TV.